Hello. Howdy. I never say howdy. Um, I have been on a journey, haven't we all, though? Basically, over the past several years, just trying to figure everything out. And this past several months, I have come to a lot of realizations. And so I thought I would start sharing these things um, because I really believe in personal freedom. And I cannot believe how many people actually are not free in the world right now, whether it be in like their own mental prison or are actually just struggling with everything that's going on and all of the things. And so I wanted to share that one of the biggest revelations I have had is that a lot of the reasons why people are stuck and why I was stuck is because I could not hear my own voice. I could not, I was listening to everybody else's opinion, everybody else's ideas, everybody else's, take on life and mindset and prayer and reading the Bible. And if you want to start working on your mindset, start working on personal development, start actually having victory in your life and freedom in your life, first and foremost, you have to be able to hear your own voice. And so there were some things that I have done to actually hear that, to actually be able to hear my own voice. Um, and number one was just being aware that I wasn't hearing my own voice, that I was like, wait, hold on a second. That's not what I think. That is what, you know, somebody else thinks. That is what my mother thinks. And so, or that is what my sisters think, or whatever. And so just being able to stop and say, whoa, that is not who I am. That has been a huge game changer. And basically, this whole process has started with me realizing and honoring and listening to who what I'm saying and what, because you can't hear, if you can't hear what you're thinking and what your own voice is and your own internal voice is, then you can't even hear even from God, like when you're praying and all of this stuff. So anyway, this has like been a huge thing that I've been working on in my life, and I thought I would share it because this is something that I think a lot of people don't even realize what is going on. You know what I mean? And so it's it's like so frustrating because you end up getting cycling back through your life and cycling back through um, all of this stuff. And so my encouragement is, are you actually hearing your own voice? Like, how can you make a decision on your life if you can't even hear yourself think? I mean, it is just, it's like, it's such a crazy deception that I think a lot of people fall into. I know I personally have. And so start with that. If you're stuck and struggling, if you're like super and you're like, oh my gosh, I have been here before. I have been around this mountain before. Ask yourself, am I actually even hearing my own voice? Am I actually hearing and like understanding and honoring my own voice? That is what is the key. Is okay, so you do hear it, you do understand it, you know what she sounds like or he sounds like, but are you honoring it then? That's like the next step. And so anyway, these are my insights today. These are my thoughts as I'm cleaning out my car, um, and starting to share on YouTube of this whole journey of just helping people helping get free, because that is really what we want. We want freedom in our lives. And I want to talk about that. I want to talk about like kind of deeper things, all this personal development that people talk about is very wide, but we got to go deep, to have the actual planting, to get planted in what you need to do, we got to talk about deep stuff. And I'm not talking woo woo stuff. I'm talking just like the deep stuff. Like, are you hearing your own voice? Step one. Um, when you hear somebody online or whatever say, oh, you've got to work on your mindset. You have a negative mindset. You got to work on your money mindset. No, don't listen to them. If you don't think you should be buying that stuff and doing that stuff, honor your own intuition and your own voice and go, yeah, I probably shouldn't be buying this, or probably shouldn't be doing that. That is the top priority. Um, and these are the things that I have been basically learning, that it's not your mindset. It's not your, you've got to do something different. Like, you already have all of the tools that you need right now to take a step forward and have victory in your life right now. You know, God is faithful. He's going to show you. You don't need to like come up with some weird, like clarifying situation. You just got to, number first and foremost, figure out what your inside voice feels like, what it feels like, what she hears, what all those things are. So, anyway, I hope this helps. Drop it in the comments.